Greetings. Today my encouragement to you is to start thinking and acting rich and see what will happen. And when I speak about thinking and acting rich, it might actually surprise you, because when I look around, I see people who are rich, they act a certain way, and the people who are not rich, they act a certain way also. And so most people would think that I am saying to dress in costly garments, or drive luxurious vehicles, or take vacations, or going and live in certain neighborhoods, or building certain homes, and that would mean that you're acting and thinking rich. But I'm not speaking from that angle. Many people take things from that angle. But if you're very observant, you'd realize that the rich among you are the most simple people. They dress in simple ways. Most of the time, they do not wear these brand shoes I see many people are wearing, and these brand clothes and all the expensive jewelry and so on. Most of them don't do that. Okay? Most of the time, and I'm not trying to pull anyone down, but most of the time you will see people who look like me, in terms of melanated people, when they start to get money, they normally do all of these things. And I'm not saying they shouldn't do it. Okay? But I'd rather be rich than looking rich and not rich. Okay, that's the point I'm trying to get across. Because most of the time, you see a lot of people, they're satisfied in looking a certain way to fool themselves and fool the public. But real people who think rich, they are very economical thinkers. They understand money, and they do not spend more than they earn. And they do not try to live up to the Joneses. They do not compete and compare. They know who they are, and they act a certain way because they have a certain understanding of how the mind works, of how the world works, and how people are influenced by their culture, and people are influenced by the things that are happening around them. Okay? But these successful people who have a certain kind of mindset, they do not try to prove anything. They set their goals, and they have their plan, and they work according to their goals and their plan. They know that they're here to serve humanity. They know that they're here to provide service. They're here to be creative, uplifting, and they're doing their part in a very humble way. And the importance of making this video at this time is because we are in the December month, and this is a month that many people get carried away, and they do a lot of lavish things that leave them in debt for the new year. This is the time that many people lose their mind where finances are concerned. This is the time also that the banks are setting their traps, telling you that they're offering you, whether is it $40,000 or $50,000 loan, they're going to chop you for the rest of your life. This is where many people fall in the trap of borrowing. And even the Bible tells you in Proverbs chapter 22 that the borrower is a slave to the lender, and that the rich ruleth over the poor. So my brothers, my sisters, the rich normally live almost as if the poor. Okay? But the poor always trying to live as if they're rich. That's the main point I'm trying to get across to you. So I'm saying to you, true riches start from within. So start to build that mindset of how you should economize. Start to build that mindset of how you're supposed to invest in yourself. Build the mindset of how you're supposed to provide for generations after. Build the mindset that you do not have to compete with the Joneses. Start to build that mindset. When you start to build that mindset, that is, you start to build riches. Because riches start from within. So my brothers, my sisters, every millionaire and multi-millionaire, they became a millionaire and multi-millionaire from within first. Then it happened on the outside, and many people see their results. But it's very important for you to understand the difference between an asset and a liability. And so many people, in the effort to try to act as if they're rich when they are not, and deceiving themselves, many a time they do not know the difference between assets and liabilities. And so they get themselves tied up in so much liabilities that they live their life being upset, being confused, in other words, being unhappy. But if you should build true riches within, you have to realize that God in man is man's imagination. And you have to start to use your imagination wisely, creatively. And you must realize that we become what we think about most of the time. So start to think of ways of how you can give service to humanity, ways of how you can better yourself, ways of how you can use money more wisely, ways of how you can increase your value. Do all these things and you will realize that that is what it entails when it comes to building a mind that is rich. So it is not you trying to live a certain way and saying that you're going to fake it till you make it. I'm not talking about that. Because the truly rich don't do that. Okay, as I said before, they're very simple. So why should you go for a 5-bedroom house when you can have a 2 or 3 bedroom house based on the size of your family? Why you should go for a certain luxurious vehicle if you can get something more simple, if where you have your business or your workplace is very close to you? Those are the kind of things that I'm really teaching you about, to say to think rich. The person who's thinking rich, if they live in close by, they would rather walk, or they would rather take the bus, or they would rather take the train, whatever transportation is available, more than to put themselves into all of that when they're not quite ready for it. The people who are truly rich, they normally buy these luxurious things out of their pocket change, or what is overflowing out of their surplus. So my brothers, my sisters, I just want to encourage you to have the right mindset and to know that true riches is within. So I think I would have gotten my message across to you, and I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you listen to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense and it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, so I encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, and to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, or you like to follow me on TikTok, you can follow me on Black Mad Guru, and you can also follow me on rumble.com at the same Black Mad Guru. Also, if you would like to have one-on-one with me, you can reach out to me and I share with you the terms and conditions, and once you're willing to walk along, we can definitely have a great time together. Also, I just want to remind you that I have a course on my Patreon for people who are donating $20 or more, and it's called The Inner Sun Science and Technology to Create Your Reality Consciously, along with a course on self-concept. So if you feel strongly to check out those courses, I'll definitely encourage you to do so. But just before I leave you, I just want to remind you that we have a PayPal, and if you feel strongly to support this work, that you must remember that the link is always down below. So with that being said, my brother and my sister, I just want to say peace, love you all, out.